Hey everyone, and welcome to AMC Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans. I'm Chrisley Kennedy, and this is the show that brings you all the day's biggest news and insight into what it all means. Joining me, as always, is AMC Movie News Senior Editor John Campia. Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going to get started with this. It's hard to believe, but it's been over 11 years since the last installment of the Jurassic Park franchise was on the big screen, but it was all the way back in 2001 that Jurassic Park 3 stomped its way through movie theaters. As most of you already know, this April we get to return to the park when the original film will be released in 3D in AMC theaters everywhere. Now comes new news that Jurassic Park fans will really celebrate. It has been announced that Jurassic Park 4 is officially coming and will be in AMC theaters on June 13th, 2014. Not much is known about the new movie other than Steven Spielberg is returning to produce the film but isn't directing it himself. John, are you excited for a new Jurassic Park, or has it been a bit too long?
When you say it's been 11 years since the last one, and it seems like it's been 10 years that they've been talking about doing a Jurassic Park 4. My first reaction is to say it's been too long. It's too little too late. They've waited too long. But no, I'm super excited. And I think everybody will be really excited. I mean, look, it's giant dinosaurs on the big screen. Now, there are a couple things that make me hum and haw a little bit. I do wish that Steven Spielberg wasn't just producing the film. I wish he was directing it. So that's number one. I do kind of wish. It has been a long time in development. Now, not a lot of people know this, but there was an attempt to get Jurassic Park 4 going a couple years ago. And it was written by the writing team that gave us Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver wrote Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and they had done this, they did do the new one, I'm just saying. William Monahan, who wrote the screenplay for my favorite adaptation, The Departed, which is, of course, the North American version directed by Martin Scorsese of my all-time favorite cop film, Infernal Affairs. All that is to say, there was this version of Jurassic Park 4 a while ago that was going to be about a genetics lab. You know what? I've got the actual text here somewhere. Here it is. A secret genetics lab gets involved with crossbreeding humans and dinosaurs, giving them problem-solving intelligence and the ability to fire weapons and fight crime, but controlled by human authorities. So Dennis will bring up on the screen here a bunch of these, and then there were these concept images of what these half-dinosaur, half-humans would look like, and everybody was just reading these things a few years ago, and it's like, this sounds ridiculous. Yeah. This sounds absolutely preposterous. And although some of these images look pretty badass, but finally somebody with common sense stopped and said, wait a minute, this is stupid. Like half human, half dinosaur cops with guns running around, absolutely stupid, and they threw it away. And at that point, I didn't think we'd ever see Jurassic Park 4. I love the screenwriting team. I love the screenplay for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It does give me hope that Steven Spielberg is on to produce, but once again, I wish he was directing it. But it's giant dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. Of course I'm excited to see it. I mean, look, let's face it, Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3 were nowhere near up to snuff of the original Jurassic Park. They didn't have the story, the depth, the characters, but it was giant dinosaurs. And so we all went to go see it anyway. And I will be first in line to see Jurassic Park 4. I'm so excited. 2014 sounds like it's really soon, so I guess they're going to be shooting this thing. We'll know a lot more once we know who's directing it, who's going to star in it, because we still don't know any of that stuff. We don't know if Sam Neill's coming back. We don't know if Jeff Goldblum's coming back, or they're going with an entirely new cast. Who knows? But it's giant dinosaurs. So yes, sign me up. I'm on board.
And I like that they're releasing the original in 3D right before, so yes, you get a little taste of it.
Absolutely.
All right. It's been 28 years since we all got to see Arnold Schwarzenegger on the big screen as the ultimate character Conan. Last year, a reboot of the Conan franchise was attempted with the Game of Thrones. Jason Momoa in the title role, but it failed to achieve any success. Now Arnold is publicly saying he's returning to the role of Conan in The Legend of Conan, and it's being speculated that it could shoot as early as this year. While doing the press tour for his new movie, The Last Stand, Arnold made the following statements. The audience demands a spectacle. The important thing with a Conan project is to make it an A movie that they treat like a 300 or any of those other great movies, rather than a B movie where they hack a few heads off, a few limbs off, and run around with a sword. He also then clarified a bit with us. Universal came forward and said, "You're absolutely right," Arnold continues. "The previous regime had missed the boat, but Universal are going to be serious about it and make a quality film with an A director, A writers, and so on. We're going to make a film where Conan is at my age, so it's totally believable."
Totally believable.
Do you think audiences will come back to Conan if Arnold Schwarzenegger is the one swinging the sword?
You know what? Conan is just one of these characters that, I mean, it's like Bond. You say Conan, everybody knows what you're talking about. And I was actually all for. I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you can't do a Conan movie without Arnold Schwarzenegger," the 2011 film with Jason Momoa. And I was actually all for it. I thought the character is bigger than the actor who played him. And the character is awesome. And I like Jason Momoa very much. I liked him in Game of Thrones. So I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's give it a shot. And you know what? I thought, despite the fact that the movie only made $21 million, it lost a lot of money. And it had like around 21% critic rating. So people did not like it. And I know this is sacrilegious to say, but I don't care what's popular to say. Jason Momoa did a really good job taking the character of Conan and making it his own. And as a matter of fact, he played a more true Conan to the book version of Conan than Arnold Schwarzenegger did. People hate it. Sounds sacrilegious to say, but the truth's the truth. He did a really good job taking Conan, making it his own, because you could have fallen into this terrible trap of doing a imitation of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan, which is what I thought a lot of people thought Jason Momoa was going to do. But he didn't. He made it his own, but the movie was bad. And despite the fact that one of my favorite character actors, Stephen Lang, played the villain in it, it just did not. Bad script. I mean, just bad script to start with, which is too bad. So critically it didn't work. Money didn't work. So it failed. So is it a good idea to do Conan again? Yeah. People, here's the thing. People want to see Schwarzenegger in a Schwarzenegger-style movie. Now, he's got this new movie coming out called The Last Stand, which I think looks like it could be kind of fun. I haven't seen it. I'm actually going to go to the premiere tonight. But actually, our very own associate editor, Amy Rose Eisenbach, got to go down and take a tank ride with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think Dennis has the picture. He's probably got that up on screen right now, to talk about The Last Stand, which is great. But if anything, if you ask people, hey, do you want to see Conan or Arnold Schwarzenegger back on the big screen? Yeah, but make him Conan. And if you remember, the very last shot of Conan the Destroyer, the second of the Conan films, was Conan looking really old, with a big beard, sitting on his throne with his fist on his chin, and you hear Mako's awesome voice. I loved Mako's voice, talking about his crown sat on a heavy brow, you know, and all that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, I want to see an old Conan. We had to wait 28 years, but now we're finally going to see an old Conan. Now, it should be pointed out, he's saying Universal is going to do it. I don't know. I've put out some phone calls, and I don't know if Universal has actually bought back the rights to Conan yet or not. But according to Arnold, that's the plan. Universal is going to have the rights. They want to do it. And I think this will not be a $300 million movie, but I think audiences will go to see Arnold Schwarzenegger back as Conan. I think they will go. And I think if they make it realistic, like they don't have Arnold trying to do the stuff a 30-year-old Arnold would do, and they make him grim and gruff and older and jaded and whatever, I think this can work. And I think it'd be really good if they go for a great director, great writers. Arnold seems to have the right attitude about it. Sign me up.
All right, so we're glad Arnold's back.
Absolutely.
We heard last year that Michael Bay, director of the Transformer movies, was bringing us a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie through his production company that would be directed by Jonathan Liebesman. However, controversy erupted when it leaked that in the new movie, the Turtles would actually be aliens from another planet. Shortly after the public outcry, the production was put on hold. However, it appears the production is back on track, and it's being reported that the new movie, simply titled Ninja Turtles, will be shooting as early as this April for a May 16th, 2014 release date. Now, back in March, Michael Bay put out this statement responding to the harsh criticism that was being targeted against the project. Paramount Marketing changed the name. They made the title simple. The characters you all remember are exactly the same, and yes, they still act like teenagers. Everything you remember, why you liked the characters, is in the movie. The script is being developed by two very smart writers with one of the original creators of Ninja Turtles. They care very much about making this film for the fans. Everyone on this team cares about the fans. Just give them a chance. Jonathan, the director, is a major fan of the whole franchise. He's not going to let you down. I'm really excited about this. So should everyone just relax and give the movie a chance?
No.
No.
No. And now I say that. Okay, let me preface this. I give every movie a chance. Look, it's well documented. I said for a year before it came out that 21 Jump Street was going to completely suck. It was going to be awful and a big steaming pile of garbage. But I always said, but I'll give it a chance. And I'm glad I did, because it ended up being one of my favorite comedies of the year. That could be the situation here. But this looks like a steaming pile of garbage. And I'm going to give it a chance. And hopefully it'll do the same thing to me that 21 Jump Street did. It really pleasantly surprised me. Star Trek did the same thing. I thought it was going to be terrible, and it was awesome. Maybe this will be the same thing. Now, look, let me start by saying this. Put the alien thing aside and put all that aside for a second. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that I want to see is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For those of you who do not know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a black and white indie comic book where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles never uttered the word cowabunga or pizza. They were dark, deadly, vicious killers. It was a very dark tone, very serious. Now, we've got a graphic here, and I'll have Dennis pull it up. But listen to this is from the original comic. Now listen to the dialogue or the script in this. I hold my katana in my relaxed, ready position. To my left, Donatello and Michelangelo follow suit with staff and nunchuck. Raphael guards my right side. I sense his body quivering with the tense energy waiting to be triggered with savage, slashing release. That is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies I want to see. I'm sick and tired of the let's get some pizza, cowabunga, ride our skateboard dudes. Tired of it. Over it. So, that being said, I know I'm very alone in that. Everybody has such fond, pleasant memories of these mutants in a half shell. Yeah. Fine. Okay, now that being said, the big outcry, sometimes I think the public really overreacts to stuff. I don't think this one was an overreaction. They're called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the aliens from another planet stuff. And you notice in that statement that Michael Bay put out, he never denied it. He never said, oh, no, they're not going to be aliens from another. No, he's going to make them aliens from another planet. Now, I know there's this argument that went around that, well, you know, the ooze, that there are some stories in the comic book that suggested that the ooze that turned the turtles into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had alien origin, so it's kind of consistent. No, two totally different things, completely different things. So I hate the idea that they're going to be aliens from another planet, which is why I believe they changed the name from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to just Ninja Turtles. I hate that. I want them to go back to the roots of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not this cowabunga pizza riding skateboard dudes. I don't like that. All that to be, and like, I don't trust the director. Look, the last two movies that Liebsman directed were Wrath of the Titans and Battle Los Angeles. Two big budget, high profile, actioneer kind of movies that were both bad. And so it doesn't give me a lot, and I think before that he did like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre redo. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence. So at this point, I'm like, no, not looking forward to this at all. I have no enthusiasm for this whatsoever. I think it looks terrible. I think it sounds terrible. I don't like the direction they're going in. But that being said, I said the same thing about Star Trek and 21 Jump Street, and I ended up loving those. So we'll give it a chance. We will give it a chance. Let's see what happens.
All right.
All right, folks, so that will do it for us. Thanks so much for taking time to join us. Hey, listen, while we got you here, take a second, stop what you're doing. Click the subscribe button and become one of our YouTube subscribers. That'll keep up to date on everything going on in the world of movie news, our editorials, and of course, our daily AMC Movie Talk show. And listen, if you want to subscribe to an audio-only edition, jump on over to iTunes and just search for AMC Movie Talk, and you'll find us there. That'll get you there. And listen, while I've got you too, make sure to become one of our followers on Twitter by going to twitter.com/AMC Theaters. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/AMC Theaters. And once again, click that subscribe button. I want to thank Chrysalie. Chrysalie, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you to you guys for joining us. Don't forget, we'll be back again tomorrow. Subscribe. Until next time, my name is John Campia for AMC Movie News. Bye-bye.